Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Live pictures from the White House briefing room where we expect President Trump will take the podium for the daily coronavirus briefing coming up shortly.
That as the outbreak is putting a strain on local hospitals, and now there's word some are running short on critical items needed to save lives.
And the Detroit Police Department in shock. A beloved captain dies from the virus, and now DPD is taking new measures in hopes of keeping it from getting worse. Glad you're with us today for Local 4 News at 5. We're going to begin here at 5 with another major rise in the numbers. 507 new cases today in our state, which brings the total now to 2,295.
And with that, sadly, the number of deaths has risen as well. 19 deaths in the past 24 hours has now brought the total to 43. Sean Lee is following one of those deaths tonight, that of a beloved Detroit police captain.
Dr. Frank McGeorge with new insight on the different symptoms of this virus, like those our own Evrod Cassimy has experienced. Let's start, though, with Rod Maloney here at 5, following the immense strain this is putting on local hospitals, which we fear are nearing the boiling point. Rod.
Yeah, Devin, you know, this is what flattening the curve was all about. We've been hearing about the predictions about hospitals being inundated with patients, getting to capacity or near capacity, and that's where we find ourselves even here tonight at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. Henry Ford Health tonight reporting 304 positive inpatients and another 107 hospitalized awaiting test results. And what that means is the 6-hospital network has 2 facilities nearing capacity, Henry Ford Health downtown and also Henry Ford in West Bloomfield. In a conference call this afternoon, Henry Ford's Dr. Betty Chu said of the situation,
"We've had a significant surge, as you know, in Wayne County and Oakland County. Today our capacity is quite full in those 2 hospitals, especially the West Bloomfield and the Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit."
And then there's the larger picture across the state. Governor Gretchen Whitmer reiterated her plea for everyone to stay home because things are getting tighter by the minute.
It is highly contagious and it is deadly. We've seen some awful stories in the news over the last few days of people that have lost their battle with COVID-19. That's precisely why we've got to support our healthcare workers by staying home so that we don't add to the already too heavy load that they are trying to meet right now.
We could use some good news, and there is some from the University of Michigan Hospital. Their most recent numbers are as follows. They've given more than 1,100 tests, so far 71 positives, with another 398 pending. Right now, the system has 24 patients, which they can easily deal with. Because of the donations program held over the weekend, they have a good number of masks and gowns, PPE available, and have canceled elective surgeries and cleared out surgical suites to take in more COVID-19 patients. We're seeing hospitals all over the region doing those kinds of things, making more room for patients. But the doctors here, in fact, the COO of Henry Ford on a conference call this afternoon did point out that in as much as they can be as flexible as that, the problem is the patients are not. He says a severely ill COVID-19 patient may not survive a trip to another hospital. And so they're looking more to flatten the curve. Reporting live downtown, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod, a new regional drive-up testing site will open in Detroit. 400 people per day can be tested for COVID-19 starting Friday at the Joe Dumars Fieldhouse.
Testing is going to be done Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mayor Duggan making that announcement. He also addressed new testing provisions for Detroit police officers after now 2 deaths in the department.
One of the holes in our system in the state has been the lack of prompt testing. And I am very pleased that Wright Lassiter this morning has agreed that Henry Ford Health System will take up to 20 officers a day into immediate testing and get prompt turnarounds. If our officers are healthy, we need them on the streets.
Perhaps as you know by now, this evening a member of our Local 4 family is home recovering from the virus.
Evrod Cassimy has tested positive for coronavirus. This morning on Local 4 News Today, he told us he didn't have the typical symptoms of a cough, fever, or shortness of breath.
When I woke up Wednesday, it was excruciating pain all over my entire body. It felt like my limbs were made of wood. I couldn't roll over in bed, so let alone stand up and get out of bed. I called my doctor, who said, they weren't taking sick patients. They kind of self-diagnosed me over the phone as just some kind of virus, maybe the flu. I called a local hospital, and they said the same thing. I don't need to come in. I don't need to get tested for corona because I had symptoms that weren't consistent, and they wanted to save the test for people that actually were showing those serious symptoms.
And it was only after Evrod wound up in the emergency room that he was finally tested. But that does raise the question, what symptoms should people be watching out for?
For that, let's bring in Dr. Frank McGeorge with how big, I guess, this range of symptoms can be. Frank?
Well, you know, Devin and Kimberly, it is big. We focus on fever, cough, and shortness of breath because they are the most common, and this is important, they often herald the most severe complications. But a runny nose, congestion, sore throat, body aches, headaches, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, those are all possible with COVID-19. Now, more recently, there are even reports of anosmia, which is losing your sense of smell, and dysgeusia, which is a change in your sense of taste, neither of which appear to be permanent, but it's a wide range.
So at what point should people see a doctor or go to the hospital then?
So here's the thing. If you are not severely ill and you can manage at home, the current guidance is that you should self-isolate until you recover. At this point, we are not testing minimally symptomatic people. Now, if you cannot manage at home for whatever reason, fever, shortness of breath, dehydration, or even pain, you should get medical care. Evrod's situation was a perfect lesson in that regard. And I also really want to point this out. While everyone is thinking about COVID-19, there are still people with appendicitis and ordinary pneumonia out there. So if you are sick enough to need the ER, you should absolutely still go.
Yeah, the other stuff has not taken a vacation just because coronavirus has moved in. Exactly right. All right, Doc. A quick mention here. Evrod is not in the hospital. He is recovering at home. And we, of course, are thinking about him every moment of the day and wishing him all the best.
He and his family.
Yeah.
Well, Mayor Duggan says their hearts are broken over the loss of a beloved Detroit police captain to the coronavirus.
Tonight, we are hearing from those who were closest to Captain Jonathan Parnell amid the shock and sadness over his passing. Our Sean Lay has been following that. He's live at DPD headquarters. Sean, he was really beloved by so many in the department.
And you're not kidding. And a department that is reeling right now, Devin. I've been talking to officers all day long about what's happening here, the explosion of potential COVID-19 cases, and also someone who worked very closely for years with Captain Jonathan Parnell. He knew he wasn't feeling well just a few days ago. Then he got the shocking call last night that the captain passed away from coronavirus at home.
Certainly a dark day for the Detroit Police Department.
A police department in shock. First, a 38-year-old 911 dispatcher dies from coronavirus. Next, stunning news that a high-ranking member of the department died of coronavirus last night at home. Homicide Captain Jonathan Parnell, a 31-year veteran of the department, a huge presence in the department, is now gone.
Yes, we are family. And when we lose a member of our family, we all feel it.
Captain Parnell was only 50 years old. We are speaking tonight with those who worked closely with him, and they believed he was in good shape, that he would fight off the virus and soon be back. But Parnell, days ago, we are told, wasn't feeling well. He went to the hospital and was sent home to recover. Last night, we're told he had difficulty breathing and died from contracting COVID-19.
With Captain Parnell, it's one that just hit so personally. He was one of the leaders in this department, somebody I interacted with regularly, just the ultimate professional.
2 people lost from this department already here, and the numbers just staggering. 18 people connected to Detroit Police Department have tested positive for COVID-19. The latest numbers, 331 officers are being quarantined right now for symptoms, waiting for their tests to come back. 70 civilians, same thing, under quarantine. 1,835, the chief says, hope to be back soon because they're doing updated aggressive testing through Wayne State. They're thanking Wayne State tonight. But Devin and Kimberly, and talking to the officers I'm speaking with, they say they work in such tight quarters in the precincts. That's why they're seeing this possible explosion of the virus within this department.
Yeah, makes sense. And of course, it stretches the resources now for the department all the more. All right, Sean.
Well, the Senate aims to vote today on a $2 trillion stimulus package that's designed to flood the U.S. economy with money.
Right now, Senate leaders still working to avoid a number of last-minute snags. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has demanded some changes. 3 Republican senators believe one provision in particular in the bill needs to be fixed. So stay close. We're taking a closer look at where things stand coming up at 5:30. I'll have a report coming up from D.C. on where all of this goes. By the way, we mentioned earlier waiting on the latest address or update from the coronavirus task force, the White House. That has been moved, we're told, to 5:30, so we expect that about 20 minutes or so from now. Stocks, meanwhile, on Wall Street rose today, a rare situation of stocks going up for 2 days in a row as investors sized up this $2 trillion rescue package intended to shore up the economy. S&P 500 dipped in early trading, then pushed higher, ending the trading day up 1%. As always, stick with Local 4 and clickondetroit.com for our continuing look at the markets during a really volatile time.
Warren Mayor Jim Fouts now says the National Guard will not be needed in Warren. Fouts says there are now enough volunteers for Warren's food bank, so the National Guard won't be needed. Fouts had posted on Facebook saying Governor Whitmer issued an order to send the Michigan National Guard to Warren to help people with basic needs. Well, now the need for the Guard again is postponed until there is a need for food assistance.
We've still got a lot to get to, including checking in with Ben. Hey, Ben.
Devin and Kim, you see this? You see this color? It's blue. We finally got some sunshine in here, and we've got the warm temperatures to go with it. The question is, how long can we hold on to them? We'll look at those answers live next. Nick?
Another essential service opened during this lockdown, funeral homes. But how do you have services when nobody can be there?
If you've tried to call or to hop online to file for your unemployment benefits, let me guess, you've been incredibly frustrated. The good news, some big changes coming. I'll break it all down in my Help Me Hank report.